Are you not entertained? So this is what's going down. Apparently, Academics jumped in some new app called Clubhouse that a lot of the people in the industry are on right now. It's apparently for iPhone. That's why I'm not on it. Send me my invite anyway. I get an iPhone. But yeah, apparently he jumped on this app and he had a conversation with Meek Mill and 21 Savage, I think, about his role in the industry and what they think about, how he's carrying himself. And then Ebro and Rosenberg, Rosenberg for Hot 97, weighed in on that interview. Here's a little bit about what they had to say.
Akademiks was defending his position, and this is why I enjoyed it, y'all. This is very important. Because Akademiks posts a lot of rapper beef and nonsense from the streets.
What he does to people.
He posts a lot of rapper beef and nonsense from the streets on his Instagram page.
It's a big Instagram page.
And he gets money from A, his Instagram, and B, record labels that he promotes music for. And what ends up happening in the streets is a lot of these dudes who are no-name dudes are out here doing things for clout, and he's posting it. And these dudes are getting themselves in trouble. So what they was really yelling at Akademiks about was, yo, bro, don't you have any moral responsibility? That was really what the argument was about. Mm-hmm. Because you had people like Meek Mill going, my man, you don't care about what's going on in the street, and you don't care about these people that you're harming or potentially setting up that are kids using their Instagram or their videos to post and just trying to get clout to get out the hood and make money. And Akademiks was like, well, don't post it on social media. And don't call me and ask me to post it. And don't do this. And Meek and them was like, yo, but your platform is so big, bro. You should have some sort of responsibility.
Ooh, and then it got spicy because your man Akademiks, he had to respond. Akademiks, he's good at this. He uses these opportunities to create moments for himself. And, that's something that I think really boosted his career and catapulted him to the levels that he's at right now. So check out his response.
The Ebros and the Rosenbergs hate my position in the culture because Ebro used to be the place that you needed to go to get relevance in hip hop. That stopped being the case. I think it's called Ebro in the morning, not Rosenberg in the morning. And I think you're on some sports show and nobody listens to radio. Your bum ass used to be ahead of the podcast game, and because you were fucking boring, nigga, you're basically out the game. When I first tried to get on in the game, Ebro, I tried to ask your ass for an interview. You fronted because I was cool with Charlamagne. Y'all was playing these pussy-ass games, playing like girls. Oh, you're friends with him, so I can't. All right, cool. I got it out the mud, and I made myself the shit y'all got to talk about. The same shit y'all talking. Just remember, we not sitting around talking about Hot 97 platform, nigga. We not talking about Rosenberg and nothing he says, nigga. We not talking about what Ebro said, nigga. And whether y'all like it or not, when it comes to the newest shit, and I'm not saying it's gonna be forever, but it's definitely right now. Y'all niggas don't got the pulse and y'all don't control nothing other than those playlists up at Apple Music, nigga. Shit's gonna run through here until things change. But if it do change, it'll change with another young nigga. It won't change back to y'all.
Now I'm loving this, and the reason I'm so enthused or caught up in this conversation because I think it really ties into the conversation of media, and that's why I do the podcast Media Legends, because I think the role of media is really getting construed and twisted right now, and I think this really is a main conversation of old media versus new media. So Hot 97, Ebro, and Rosenberg, they come from where I grew up on, the radio. So the aspect of doing interviews and breaking music really comes from the radio, and TV, shout out to Video Music Box and things like that, and the Yo MTV Raps. Those two platforms are what evolved into the internet today. And those two things is what DJ Akademiks spins off of, and that's where he comes into play. And he's basically, what I don't like about it is he's kind of disrespecting the hierarchy of where he comes from. You know, you are a descendant of Peter Rosenberg and Ebro. Maybe not directly, of course, because like you said, they didn't even try to help you out, which I get your point on that, and I do agree, a lot of people, and this is period in life, like when you get to a certain position, it's like you don't want to help out the younger people, and you don't want to nobody taking your spot. And you pretty much had you solidified in the game, but you try to hold on to this spot where you don't try to help out the younger people, and that's where a lot of y'all older people is messing up at. You'll help the youngins out, but academics, you're coming across, kind of belligerent because you're not respecting the hierarchy. You're talking about money and all these kind of irrelevant matter. Money is not going to go down in history, really. The history we are making is not really going to depend on the dollars. It's the moves that you make with the dollars are more important rather than the actual figures on the dollar. So that's cool. The object of life should be to get money and better yourself. But what you do with the money is more important. But I really like this old media versus new media conversation. What's more important? Is there anything more important? Is there anything better, radio or the internet? Is the internet the so-called new wave, and is radio now obsolete? I think you need all of it personally. Like you gotta be, as an artist or a person of a public figure, you gotta be able to be in tune with anybody that has a connections to other people. All these platforms could reach out to another person that you never know what that other person might be thinking or needing from you. So I more agree. I get the numbers game of you doing the most because you can't do everybody. You don't have time to go around to every single platform that's out there. So of course you're gonna pick and choose and do the most important ones. But these artists, you really need media, and that's why I do the podcast Media Legends, is to highlight the media's role in entertainment, in news, you know, entertainment, life in general. Media and the government is what's running us, y'all. In case you didn't know, now you know. You heard it first from Groucho. So yeah, this conversation was crazy to me. It was great to me. I like the conversation, the dialect behind it. I don't really care about the who got money and who's this and who's soft and all that. All that's whack. All that's corny to me. You know, but the dialect of the role of media is was really what's important here. And well, academics, the point that they were trying to get to in academics, I hope he probably does realize this. I think he's such a smart guy that he realizes what his audience is, but he realized the danger of the game that he's playing. That's why they say he don't come outside. And because when you playing the game with people that's involved in the streets, you gotta know your now street rules apply to you. You know, if you don't know this or not, academics, if you choose to get yourself involved in any type of street conversation, or if you know any street people, you are automatically with that person. Guilty by association is an unwritten rule in the streets, whether you know it or not. So when you choose to stand next to somebody, you better know who you're standing next to and what you're saying about them, because you will face repercussions for some of their decisions, and that's just the way it is. If it's fair or not, it's life, brother. So yeah, but the old media versus new media, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about what's going on? What do you think about what Rosenberg and Ebro had to say? What do you think about what Ack had to say? Both of their positions. Drop a comment, hit me in the DM, let me know. It's Groucho's opinion.